guys, it's Wendy here with Wendy's Plans, and today I am going to bring you the word of the year that I am going to use. And so, guys, stick around. Alrighty, guys. So, this year I am going to go back and do the word of the year. Last year I did not do that, and I kind of missed it, to be honest. And I had thought this year that I would not do it again, that I would not do word of the year, but I decided, with everything that is going on and the changes in my life and all of that, I felt like maybe that is something I needed to do, was to come up with a word of the year. So without further ado, I am going to tell you what my word is, why I chose it, some definitions of the word, and that kind of thing. So guys, here we go. My word for the year is going to be brave. Now, I've pulled it up on my phone, and the actual definition says ready to face and endure danger or pain, showing courage. It also means, as a verb, to endure or face unpleasant conditions or behavior without showing fear. Then it is, what is the definition of being brave? Having or showing mental or moral strength to face danger, fear, or difficulty. Having or showing courage. Making a fine show. That's not really going to affect my definition for me. What is a brave person? Courageous, dauntless, perhaps a little bit daring. A person who is brave faces dangerous or difficult situations with courage. The adjective brave can be used to describe anyone or anything that displays courage, such as a brave firefighter, a brave guide dog, or even brave holiday shoppers. Characteristics of a brave person: confident, decisive, determined, motivated, optimistic, resilient, responsible, and steadfast. Now, what Wendy wants to do. For me, the reason I chose brave is that I am doing something that I have never done before. I am getting ready to leave and close out my apartment, go on the road and travel and see things. And I'm doing this as a solo retired female. And so I have always wanted to do this. This is something I knew I would do, but I really had anticipating doing this with a spouse. And after my husband passed, I kind of wishy-washied in my mind, is this something I still wanted to do? And the answer was yes, I still want to do this. So, I kept telling myself, you can do this. Just, pull yourself together, make your plans, and do it. Take a year. If in a year you don't like what you're doing, you can settle back down and do something different. So these have been the things that have been running through my mind. For a while, it was this week, yes, I'm going for it. I'm gung-ho. I'm ready to do this. And then the next week it would be, are you sure you can do this, Wendy? So I felt like I needed to put a word in front of my face to remind me that unless I try it, I don't know if I can do it. So I need to be brave. I need to take the chance that I'm going to, number one, enjoy this adventure, and that I'm going to have fun with it, and it's going to be something great. I need to understand that there's going to be times that things aren't going to go the way I want them to go, but I need to be brave to understand that that's not saying I have to stop. So for me, I want to face the fears that I have about traveling alone. And I have put precautions in place before I even do this that is going to help strengthen me and to keep my outlook to move forward with everything that I want to do. So brave is not just being, oh, I'm going to go out there and fight for my rights or what. That's not the brave that I want to be. I want to be. I've got changes coming to my channel, and with that, it's uncertainty of how it's going to be perceived or how welcome it's going to be to my channel. And so I am going to put this word to everything that I am going to do. I want to be brave enough to try new things on my channel. I want to be brave enough to go to places that I don't feel like I would have ever have gone 5 years ago. I want to be brave enough that if I want to travel internationally by myself, that I do it. I want to dip my toes in the water and do so much. I want to do more photography and go out there and take some of the photos that I've dreamed of going out there and doing. I want I want to just be brave enough to say I went out and did what I wanted to do. If I fail, I want to be brave enough to say, guys, I tried, but I decided this was not for me. And if I like it, I want to be brave enough to come back and say, thank you guys for your support of my channel, regardless of what I do and what I try. I feel like if I put brave in all of my planners and have it in the forefront of my face, number one, and my eyes, and in everything I do every day, that I can push forward and try some of the things that I'm afraid to try. And hopefully, you guys following along with me is going to help push me through the hurdles and all of that. So when I look at um, decisive, I'm going to tell you that is where I struggle, is being decisive to make that plan and keep that plan and let's do it. At the beginning, I said I was wishy-washy about 1 week it was I'm going to do it, 1 week I'm not going to do it, and maybe I should try it a different way. And I have made my decision on what I'm going to do. I have booked a couple of places that I am going to go to. So a quarter of my year is planned out and almost a half of my year. And that is, that's part of being brave, is to make that decision and to move forward. I want to have the optimistic outlook of, yes, things went wrong today, but tomorrow is going to be better. And I'm going to get out there and I'm not giving up. And I'm going to push myself to do the next step or the next thing. Or, if it's sitting in a car shop because my car, something's wrong, not to let that determine that I need to stop. I am going to be brave enough to plan out for a full year, and I will reassess at the end of the year. If it's truly not something that I like or I want to do, then guys, I tried. I was brave enough to get out there and make the initial effort. And that is what I'm looking for. Sometimes I like to just sit in my own little world, and because I know how to get around where I'm at, and I don't like to push those boundaries. And I'm ready to push those boundaries and say, I can do this. right now, I can tell you that I am motivated to get out there, to plan places that I want to go visit, that I can take photographs, that I can share, that kind of thing. And that's what I truly want to do. I also want to start a podcast with my traveling as a single female that is retired and is on her own without a spouse. Um, I want to be brave enough to start that. I want to push my boundaries a little bit, take one step at a time. I want to be brave enough to set up a place where I can meet people that follow my channel and have been there for me from the beginning. Um, I just, I want to face those things that I don't think that I really felt like I could face. I want to plan out those travels, get on the road. And when I get to that difficulty of, oh my gosh, this is a huge city, I've never driven in this big of a city, and push myself through the negativity that you hold inside yourself sometimes when you really don't think you can do something. I want to be brave enough to put that step forward and tell myself I do have the ability to do this. I do have the abilities. I do have the confidence to do what I want to do. And so I think for me, brave encompasses all of those things, and they're going to help me make the decisions to do what I want to do. Am I going to make mistakes? Absolutely. But I want to be brave enough to admit those mistakes and tell you how, what I did that was wrong. And maybe somebody can learn from my mistakes, and to help them. And I would love to influence just one other person to get out there and do what I am doing. And I know there's a lot of people out there traveling that do solo travel that are females, and I get that. Most of those are younger than me. So I'm retirement age and I am off to a new adventure. And I feel like being on this adventure is pushing those buttons of me being brave. I don't know that I would have ever have done it at any other time in my life. And I think this is the right time to do it. And I am so looking forward to that. I have to look back several years ago when I started my channel. I think that was the first step of me taking the initiative to be brave enough to do something that was totally outside my normal behavior or my normal world. I never would have seen myself doing YouTube. My son pushed me and said, Mama, you can do this. And he gave me that confidence that I could do something. And it made me brave enough to do it. So I hope that I can help somebody else get out that wants to do this, to get out and do the same thing. And that is why I chose Brave this year, because I think this year is going to be the year that I am going to have to demonstrate this the most, and not just demonstrate it. I'm going to have to believe it. I am going to have to tell myself every day that I am brave enough to go sit in that coffee shop that I know nobody in town and get some work done. To sit in that coffee shop and film and to meet new people and to put myself out there and put myself out on that line and say, this is who I am. So, guys, if you've picked out a word that you're going to use for the word of the day this year, leave that word down below. If you've gotten this far in this video, leave me some kind of an encouraging emoji and tell me what your word is going to be. I would love to hear from you guys. To everyone that is new to my channel, hit that subscribe button. If you've been watching my videos for a long time and you've just not marked, selected subscribe, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'm going to take you along on my travels and my planning. And guys, until next time, bye bye.